Hey y'all. Welcome to Magic Meals with me, Nicole Phillips. Within Magic Meals, I intuitively cook. I move around the kitchen and let my ancestors guide me. When I say ancestors, I mean my intuition. I let my intuition guide me, and I cook whatever, comes out. Today on Magic Meals with me, Nicole Phillips, we are going to be cooking. I know what we're going to be cooking today because it's a gift for my mother for her birthday. We're going to be cooking shortbread cookies with a delicious chocolate ganache sauce on top. I know what we're cooking, but I don't know the recipe. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out along the way. Stay tuned, y'all. Let's go ahead and get started with these shortbread chocolate ganache cookies. Let's go. All right, y'all. Please don't judge me, and I won't judge you. Y'all, I couldn't find my food processor. Attachment, so I used the gosh darn smoothie attachment to blend my dough, right? To mix my dough. So in the blender, we have our flour. It all depends on how many shortbread cookies you want to make, how many shortbread cookie gifted chocolate ganache cookies you want to make. Again, here on Magic Meals, we do not measure. And it might be a crime. Is it a crime? Maybe, right? Maybe. But we do not measure. So it just all depends on how many cookies you want to make. Drop down into your heart space, let your ancestors guide you, let your intuition guide you. I put about a cup and a half of flour in there and about two and a half teaspoons of butter. And now I'm putting powdered sugar, about a cup of powdered sugar. Actually, it's a little bit less, maybe 3/4 cup of powdered sugar in there. And then I put a little bit of pink Himalayan salt, and we're doing vanilla extract. Now, before I make these cookies, these were a gift from my mom, right, for her birthday. So I was like, I want these cookies to taste refined, rich, but refined and smooth, sweet, but not too sweet. So I was like, just follow my intuition. So we have about a cup and a half of flour, 2.5 teaspoons of butter, about a 3/4 cup of powdered sugar, and about a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Maybe a teaspoon and a half of vanilla extract. And we're just blending everything in this smoothie blender, child. It was fun. I was like, it felt like a whole experiment. It was fun, but like if you have like a blender, a food processor, you can use that. You don't have to use your smoothie blender. It's all good. And I just like you can see here, a dash of water. I just put a dash of water in the blender, and we're blending everything up and having a good old time. I was like stopping to check my intuition. I was like, God, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do next? So I was like, I've never made this before. I've never made anything like this before. So I was just like, stopped and checked my intuition. I kept blending, right? And I had to take it off and shake it because the dough was getting stuck at the bottom in the blades. So I take off the smoothie blender. I'll take our dough off and shake it to kind of get everything moving around in there. As you can see, it was fun. It was so different. I was like, I'm not gonna give up on myself. I'm gonna make it work. So intuitively took that thing off and started shaking the dough so the dough would get uncaught on those blades. Excuse me. Shake it. Again, if you have a food processor, use your food processor, child. So shake. And then eventually I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to mix the rest of this by hand because this is not mixing like it's supposed to mix. And maybe it did, because I had a really fun time mixing this by hand. I felt like a French pastry chef. I had a great time. So I was just taking some of the dough off of the blade here, as you can see. I'm about to get all this little deliciousness because I tasted it. I was like, oh, this tastes so good. This tastes so delicious. Just like I wanted it. Rich, but refined, sweet, but tempered. It wasn't too sweet. I was like, okay, we're in business. I got excited. And I take all of the dough out of the blender here. And this video is slow paced, so just enjoy it. It was a lot of fun. Can you feel the excitement in the air? So I was just taking all of our dough out of our blender here. And again, this is all intuitive, child. I was working on a hope and a prayer and confidence, a prayer and confidence that this will work. I was like, okay, I'm trust my intuition. You know, I've been doing magic meals for a minute. Actually, since I was a kid, I would intuitively cook in the kitchen since I was a little kid. So, you know, this is not new to me. This is true to me. So I wanted to get the lumps out of the dough. So I just started whipping it around, right? And it started to look more like it's a little looser than a shortbread cookie dough. But I was like, okay, I'm not going to fret. I was like, let me just have a good time. So I was mixing, getting all the lumps out, getting it nice and smooth. And in the bottom right-hand corner, you can see my beautiful book, My Other Half, which is a part of the Unconditional Love Literature parcel. If you feel star-seeded or you're on your self-realization journey or your hero's journey, I know you will love the Unconditional Love Literature parcel, which starts off with Coming Home, the story of Asya, the story of Asya, I'm Home, and ends with My Other Half as a 3-part literary work. It's about a teenage girl growing up in the New York City foster care system. She is catalyzed onto her spiritual awakening journey or her hero's journey when she meets her twin flame Chase in the hallway of her school Manhattan prep. She lives some amazing events that take her into new facets and dimensions of herself. My Other Half caps it off. 2 souls journeying many lifetimes. They will co-create a love and a life together. Which love, which life, under which circumstances? Y'all, we're going to get to the Unconditional Love Literature parcel trailer. The Unconditional Love Literature parcel trailer at the end of this video. If you're, a Magic Mills frequenter, then you know. And it's such a cool trailer. Y'all stick around. The Unconditional Love Literature parcel is available in the Amazon bookstore. So we got our dough smooth enough, right? We got it smooth enough. It's actually really smooth. It was nice and smooth. So I was like, okay, I was whip, flick at the wrist, having such a good time, right? And then I got some foil and some parchment paper, and then I put on my handy dandy kitchen gloves. So I was, let me be clean. Let me be up to code. Let me be up to code, child. I don't need to have this factor come up in here. That's really funny. All right. Anyway, I put my gloves on. And I'm going to make a little piping bag. So you have my little sandwich bag, and I snipped the corner of the sandwich bag to make a little piping bag, as you can see here. And this was so much fun. You know what? I said before we started this, I was like, I really want to use some new cooking techniques and things like that, because it's fun, right? So I ended up following my intuition. I'm doing all types of different things. I'm piping, gosh darn, cookie dough. Pastry dough out of a cookie dough out of a little homemade piping bag, and it was so much fun. Now you can pipe your cookie, shortbread cookie, gifted cookie dough the way you want. I was just letting it all work out. It was so fun. So I made these cute little peep looking things. Y'all, it did not hold up in the oven. I'm gonna go ahead and spoiler alert. They didn't hold up in the oven, but they looked really nice and cute. We're gonna see. But anyways, I kept piping my icing on our parchment paper and foil. You couldn't tell me nothing. I felt like I was a student at Le Cordon Bleu. I felt like I was a graduate at Le Cordon Bleu. You could not tell me. You could not tell me nothing. I was having such a good time. And then I started making these longer, elongated shapes. So we switched it up, making up the elongated shape. We went ahead and threw that away. And then I put this in the oven, 315 for about 16 minutes. 315 degrees Fahrenheit for about 16 minutes. I did preheat the oven as well. First, I took out the parchment paper because I was like, I have more dough, so I'm gonna make another batch, y'all. So I was gonna make another batch, so I took out that end of the parchment paper. I put that in the oven, 315, 16 minutes, or till your cookie gets, the color that you want. If you want a darker cookie, you might want to leave it in there a little bit longer, right? So here we go. I was like, let me get creative. Make this birthday surprise a birthday surprise. So we're going to see what I did next. So made another piping bag. I threw the other one away because I didn't want to kerfluffle with it because it had all the icing in there, or the batter in there. So I just made another piping bag with a sandwich bag. Put our pastry cookie mixture in there. So cross between the cookie and the pastry, it was really pretty delicious. It's pretty cool too. So look what I did, y'all. I spelled out, I'm just going to spoiler alert, I spelled out happy birthday, and it was so fun piping happy birthday out of that cookie pastry dough. So we did happy birthday. It turned out how it turned out. Now the happy part is really like, it didn't give me any problems. It was really cute. I was like, okay, Ashley, okay, let me go hire somewhere to decorate some things, decorate some cakes and things. I was excited. So happy turned out really, really well. Look at the swirl on on those peas, right? Everything looks proportionate. Y'all, when we got to B-Day, like, it was feeling like D-Day. Like, it was giving me trouble. But not really. I was just like, shit, like, ooh, excuse me, I'm going to bleep that out. I was just like, you know what? I am having a wonderful time, right? So the bee turned out really cute. I was like, okay, I like this bee. It's kind of thick, but, it's nice. Look at the swirls and things. And then this D, like, I should have just kept it like it was. I'm going to be honest with you. That D, it looks fine. But I was like, let me be extra. I was like, ooh, I can just scrape it off and start over, right? So that's what I did in just a second on the D. I was like, I don't like that way that D looks. So I was like, let me get real creative. I wanted to use new techniques. So this was like a new technique, didn't let no dough left behind. So I reused the dough, just put it back in the piping bag. Put it back in the pipe bag. B-Day. B-Day. I don't know if y'all have this in y'all state, but in Texas, that was a joke. No dough left behind. In Texas, there was a law called No Child Left Behind. I don't know if it's any other places. I couldn't even tell you the details to that law. I just remember growing up, No Child Left Behind. I'm gonna look it up afterwards. Anyways, that D does not look the best, but I was like, I'm gonna keep that. It's cool. We'll keep that. So we have that. We're about to do our A and our Y. And y'all, when I tell you, this was so much fun and so relaxing, had me in a meditative state for real. I was just flowing, having a good time, having a great time. Then my Y was giving me a little trouble, but you know what? I was like, I'm using new cooking techniques. So let me not fret. Let me go get a little plastic knife and kind of smooth out this Y, make it look more presentable. And that's what I did, y'all. That's what I did. Having a good old time. Now, you see how the shapes didn't really take, right? But the circular ones look really professional. They look really aesthetically pleasing, right? But I was worried. I was like, shoot, I hope my happy birthday stand up. So the other shortbread sponge cookies kind of turned into just blobs. They lost their form. I blast chilled these, and I'm gonna bake them on a higher temperature. So hopefully we see happy B-Day. We open the oven again. Fingers crossed. Like I said, I was hoping that, cross my fingers, that the happy B-Day would stand up. I was using different techniques. I was on my toes, right? I was on my toes, working on my toes. So what I did, we gonna get to what's going on right now, but give me a second. What I did was I put the happy B-Day in the freezer for a moment, and then I cranked up the temperature on the oven. I think I did 375 for 16 minutes. I was like, let me cook, let me get it cold and then cook it real fast. And then we started on our chocolate ganache, right? Our chocolate ganache. And child, like, excuse me, Le Cordon Bleu, like this is not chocolate ganache. But I was like, you know what? I'm using this new technique. I saw this on Food Network. I was like, I saw this on Food Network, so I know it's gonna work. I put the glass bowl over the pot of boiling water, and then I started melting the chocolate, and I put some butter in there for the cream essence for our chocolate ganache. So now I am beginning to decorate our shortbread gifted cookies. Now, y'all, I was trying to figure out how I was going to put this chocolate ganache on the cookie. I was like, I don't know how I'm going to decorate it. I'm not working with much chocolate ganache. And I didn't feel like making it anymore. So I was like, okay, we're going to make this work. So I made another piping bag, and we put our chocolate ganache in the piping bag and take our little beautiful little cookies. Aren't they aesthetically pleasing? They almost look like macaron, tops and bottoms. I was like, oh, this is cute. But I was like, I don't know the recipe to macaron, so I'm not about to call it a macaron. Shortbread gifted cookies, period. And I put a little chocolate dot on top. I put a little chocolate ganache dot on the top of our cookies, just to make it look really extremely refined and uppity, like bougie. I was like, I want a bougie cookie. Like this is luxury. I was like, I want a luxury cookie, right? I was like, little luxury cookies. So I just put a little dot of chocolate ganache, to make it like add the chocolate ganache essence, but not overdo it. Just make it really extremely refined. There's the word, extremely refined. So we had a little dot of our chocolate on top of our cookie. So cute, right? Like, whoa, like you made that, sis. Magic mailing it up and things, intuitively cooking. Whoa, really cool. So I went ahead and did the rest on the longer ones. I did a little squiggly line on the longer ones. We're going to see in a second, but I did little squiggly lines. Now I'm not going to lie to my viewers. Before I started this, I went on my walk in the morning and I was like, damn, what am I going to do for my mom's birthday? And as you can see, the happy B-Day, it stayed happy B-Daying. But I went on my morning's walk and I got a download, make your mom some shortbread cookies for her birthday. And I did Google a recipe for shortbread cookies, but that's not what we made. We made something different. Along the lines, I knew to put butter in a dough. That's basically what it helped me with, and some other things. But yeah, here we are, y'all. My workstation. Gonna try this one with the chocolate ganache on it. See what it tastes like with the chocolate ganache. Let's try it. Take two. Little ganache, chocolate ganache, shortbread cookie, with the chocolate ganache on top. Y'all, these are so good. Whoa. I have a new thing. This is like my new thing. I'm making these. This is like my thing. Whoa, it's so goddamn rich and sophisticated. Like I set intentions. I was like, what do I want these to taste like? I was like, refined, sweet yet not so sweet, buttery and rich but like so refined. And that's what these are. These are delicious. Have y'all ever had those thumbprint cookies with the chocolate on the top of it? It's giving that vibe. Let's go ahead and figure out how we're going to gift. Let me look at the camera. Let's figure out how we're going to gift our shortbread chocolate ganache cookies. Let's figure it out. Y'all. So I was like, I don't know how I'm going to package this for my mother for her birthday. Happy B-Day. This is like fondant, right? I guess it's really decorations, but you can eat it if you want to. It's really decorations. You can eat it if you want to. It's like fondant. So happy B-Day. Then you have our shortbread, delicious cookies with our chocolate ganache on top in a little container. So it's like, there's a little gold container on the top, and I'm just gonna close them up. I didn't know how the hell to package these, so I was like, sure, Just make it really sexy. So it's like little containers with a little golden, on a little golden peplum, and we're gonna close them up like that. And we're just gonna stack them, stickity stack them. And we're gonna stack them like so, like that. Stack them like that. Let me look at my other leg. Where's that other leg? It's over here. It's over here. Just gonna stack them. And that's the present. These are the present. My little chocolate shortbread ganache. They are so delicious. Like, let me fix this lid. Y'all, we did it. We did it. We did it. Magic Milk. That's the new jingle. Magic Milk. Oh, I'm so silly. All right, y'all, let me do a proper closeout. All right. I'm so glad you guys stick around, and I'm even more excited that we were successful. We made our delicious shortbread cookie chocolate ganache situations. Y'all, these are so cute. I'm gonna gift these for my mother for her birthday, and then we have the happy B-Day. Like I said, it's more like fondant. Like, it's more direct decoration, but you can eat it if you want to. Happy B-Day cookies. I'm so glad that kept the shape. So, y'all, I really hope y'all enjoyed this episode of Magic Mills as much as I did. And I hope you do your own shortbread cookie and come back and tell me how you live and how you feel, how it tastes. Again, intuitive cooking. So whatever your heart guides you to put into your recipe, that's what you need to put into your recipe. Again, my name is Nicole Phillips. I'm not only a home cook, intuition, Magic Mills extraordinaire, but I'm also an author. I authored the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel. Let's get into the trailer.
My name is Asia, and I'm a teenage witch. Just kidding. I am a starseed. My story is much like humanity's story. I awakened to some pretty spectacular things about myself. Coming home, the story of Asia, followed by the story of Asia, I'm home. The book series that introduces the book.
After returning from a day's trip, I have read my attempts letter. He speaks of my father releasing him from imprisonment and the fate of death. He pleads for us to run away together. This plea is one of which I will no state to the cause. My other half, available in the Amazon bookstore. I feel as though I was born here on earth to find you. I was created to find my person. The Unconditional Love Literature Parcel, now available in the Amazon bookstore.
If you feel star-seeded or you're just on your own hero's journey, self-discovery, I think you'll really, really, really love the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel. Coming Home, the first two parts, Coming Home, the story of Asia, followed by the story of Asia, I'm Home, are available digital copy for your devices through the Kindle app. The third book, My Other Half, from the Unconditional Love Literature Parcel, you are able to get a physical copy, get it shipped to your home, smell the book. There's nothing like good old book smell. Smell the book, love the book, read the book. I hope you enjoy it. I'm also a singer-songwriter. My music, Ashley Nicole Music, is now available on YouTube. Go subscribe to Ashley Nicole Music on YouTube to join my musical journey. I'm also a divine channel. I channel energies and messages from the oneness of all things. I'm actually the biblically prophesied Messiah. Full circle moment, alert, alert. So are you. My ministry, what I've been taught to teach from my God within, is as below, so above. Everything that I have in me, you have in you. Everything you have in you, I have in me. We are all intended to activate into our God essence or higher consciousness, God consciousness, to begin to live lives, create lives, lead lives of limitless possibilities. I channel the energies and messages from my soul, my Akashic record, and publish them within Kingdom Things podcast with Ashley Nicole Phillips, which is available on YouTube as well as Spotify. I also conduct Oneness Connection energetic upliftment here on YouTube, where I channel energies and messages for our upliftment pleasures. I'm so glad you dropped in Magic Mills. I'm so glad you found Magic Mills. Subscribe, like the video, share the content to share the love. I love you. Love on yourself. Bye, y'all. you.